Hey mamas and everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to make this vlog intro a little bit more detailed this time because of everything that's been going down. I know that, psychologically it might not be like a time where you feel like you want to work out and like you feel like you want to stay fit. And I know I've been struggling with it also, just like, why am I working out like when, it just seems like everything's falling apart. And so I know that everybody's, I think, on top of like just taking care of ourselves and, strengthening our immune systems and everything like that, we need to focus on our mental wellness and our mental health. With things like this, it can be very traumatic to our psyche, and people that suffer from depression and anxiety, such as myself, can really be affected by, huge changes that happen in our personal lives and in the world. So we are more susceptible to going lower in a lot of ways. But this is just traumatic for everybody. So we just need to, think about ways that we can deal with it. And one of the ways that I found to deal with letting myself go too low and not wanting to work out as much or do the things I would normally do to stay positive is listening to really good, like uplifting, high vibrational music like bossa novas and, things that make you feel like you're on vacation or you're in some beautiful tropical forest, rainforest, or island or something. Just things that lift you up, not bring you down, not make you focus on everything that's going on so much. I found that's helping me a lot, just listening to uplifting music, watching positive stuff online, stuff that's going to make me feel like good about myself, good about the world, good about the possibilities, reading articles that are positive and put a positive spin on what our future might look like, this new normal, instead of the doomsday scenarios that are also being put out there and always have throughout history when bad things happen. It's just really important to focus on the positive right now, and just keep that up, because that fights away the fear, the depression, the anxiety, all the stuff. Your mind just starts reeling and thinking of all the things that could happen, might happen, did happen, whatever. And it doesn't help. It doesn't help us keep going through this time. It doesn't help us to get up and try every day. That's not going to help. Try to stay away from all the negative media. Try to stay away from, I'm not saying it's negative. They're just reporting what they're reporting, but I'm just saying try to stay, don't absorb everything that's coming at you, because it's going to keep coming at us for months and months and months and months, probably. Who knows? But try to just focus in on things that take you someplace else at times, like retreat to that wellness, because, that's all we have right now with being homebound and everything, is like using our imaginations in a positive way. What the bossa nova does for me, it makes me feel like I said, like I'm someplace else, like on a vacation or just somewhere beautiful, and makes me feel peaceful and happy. And, like there's hope. There's hope in the world. There's beautiful things to look forward to. It's just a good vibe feeling, I don't recommend listening to music that sends out negative messages and reinforces them, and I'm an artist, so that's hard for me to say, because I don't want to say, oh, don't listen to music, because I want artists to always be supported. I want people to listen to my music. I want people to never turn their back on the arts, because the arts always gets hit so hard in situations like this, throughout history. It's always struggled. There is no entertainment industry right now. Nobody's doing events, nobody's doing theater, nobody's doing anything live. It's horrible, and I feel for all the artists who can't do what they love, because when you can't do what you love, it's just a sad, sad state of affairs. It's a sad way to be. And I think it's just really important for us to try to find outlets like that bring us peace, you know? So I don't want to pounce on music that I find is low vibrational and negative and has a negative like message. But, you know, you have to just, I would just recommend just try to stay away from those things. You know, you don't have to, but just try to stay away from those things. If you're not affected by it, then fine. Some people aren't. Some people seem to not know the difference, you know, or music doesn't have the same emotional effect on them, or movies or whatever. But I would say like right now is probably not a good time to like binge watch a show about a pandemic, or even watch The Joker, or anything that's dark, dreary, sad, depressing. People don't think these things have psychological effects on them, but they actually do. Like even if they're not affected by it, like consciously affected by it, like subconsciously they might be affected by it. You know, they just don't realize it. So it also perpetuates fear and, you know, negative thinking. And like I kind of have my personal things that are negative. Like I like reality TV. I've let it go within the last year, but I like reality TV. Like I like The Housewives. I like some of the stuff is kind of funny to watch, you know, and these women in their 40s like being completely ridiculous. But I realize that a lot of what they're putting out there is like so negative, and they're always fighting, and they're always just so, they're kind of borderlining on, they have this money and this life, but they're just so trashy in a way. You know, I know they do that to like get hits and views and stuff like that, and they know that certain people like to see that all the time. But you know, I liked it more for the clothes and the homes, and I'll admit it, but I'm trying to stay away from that kind of stuff too, because it's just more negativity. It's like what we don't need in the world right now. It's exactly what we don't need to feed on. We need to feed on positivity 100%. We need to be connected as much as possible. I think that, yes, you have to protect yourself. Social distancing is important. When you're in public, you have to protect yourself, protect others. But I think that we also need to be connected at the same time, you know? So like, not so much to the extent where it's like making other people feel bad for being sick, or, you know, stuff like that. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Or that you don't want to talk to them because they're sick. Like, come on, you can't message somebody just because they're sick. They're not even in the same environment, you know? So I think we need to stay connected and just keep on the positive level with everything. I'm not saying you have to do what I do to like stay that way. Everybody's different. Everybody has different needs. But just, you know, find your outlet. You know, I think in some places people can still go outside and walk, go to the park, you know, and yeah. So that's pretty much all I wanted to do on this vlog. And I plan on doing a workout following this intro. But yeah, and I want to also say before I sign off for the intro is that I think it's been a confusing time, and if I came off insensitive in any way on any of my vlogs, like just in a joking way about this situation, I was wrong, because it's not a lot to joke about, you know. It is confusing. It's a confusing time for everybody, and I think it's easy to take a lighthearted approach, because it's another way of dealing with fear. If you are afraid, you might make jokes, or you might say things that sound insensitive, like some of the celebrities, I won't name names, have said. But it's fear speaking, I think, in a lot of ways. I don't think it's them, like, per se. I think it's just a knee-jerk reaction to everything that's going on, and trying to take it lightly, because if you take it too heavily, then you let the fear get you. So there's a lot of ways people handle things. I mean, people handle all types of different situations differently, you know, love, death, happiness, sadness. So, I mean, I think people think, oh, well, she's supposed to be this way because she's not being sensitive of this or this or this or he. But it's like everybody handles things so differently. But once I started realizing that this was becoming much bigger than I thought initially, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to step back and I'm going to say, maybe I was a little too lighthearted about it to begin with. But then again, it's a fine line. Like, I